Glad to have you join us again on Business Breakfast. Sumbo Badejoko, public affairs analyst, now joins me now live virtually to do some analysis of some of these top business stories we're filing from our newsroom at this time. Good morning, sir. It's a pleasure having you join me on the program today.
Good morning. It's a pleasure to be here.
All right, let's get talking now. I believe you've seen some of the stories. We have this sharing news coming from the National Association of Road Transport Workers, NARTO, calling off its two-day strike on the transportation of petroleum products. Now, with this strike being suspended at the moment now, do you think that although the outcome of the meeting was not clearly stated in the brief that we got, but they came out and they told us that the Ministry of Petroleum Resources and their association has come to an agreement and some of their needs will be met. Now, I want to ask you this question now, playing the devil's advocate here. Do you think that the federal government will meet all the demands that NATO is putting on its table, going by the current macroeconomic challenges who are being faced in the country, noting also that the NLC has also proposed to embark on a strike next week? What's your thoughts on this?
First and foremost, NATO is an affiliate of the NLC.
Okay.
So, anyhow, they will still be involved in NLC's proposed nationwide process. But what they are asking for is the cost of operation is on the high side and it's becoming unbearable for them. And when we say cost of operation, we're actually talking about the price of diesel. The price of diesel is on the average of 1,100. And to move a truck of 33,000 liters of petroleum product from Apapa, where most of the tank farms are located, to a place like Abuja, you would be spending close to over ₦1 million just to buy diesel that will move that truck. And this will be added to whatever is the cost of the product. And it's telling, some of these people used to make, it has brought down their own profit margin, both the tanker drivers and the tanker owners, because the drivers will be paid from what the owners are able to generate in terms of profit, and that is coming down. So that is the reason why these people are saying, do something about the price of diesel, so that they will also have some sense of relief in what they spend in terms of logistics or operational costs. That is the reason why they are trying to, and this will not come down until we do something about the foreign exchange. Dollar now exchange for 1,800 is close to 2,000 even in the parallel market, and that is a huge problem. And don't forget, at the start of this year's budget, when it was signed, the government has pegged the official rate at 800 naira. Now, the same official rate that was pegged at 800 is now 1,750. That's what the CBN, the selling rate of the CBN after yesterday. I couldn't really get what the figure for today would be. So when you have a situation like that, and that diesel is like being sold for $1 per liter. So what do you think would happen to the price of diesel? Dangote has been producing diesel, but he has refused to sell into the market. What we are hearing is that he's even shipping abroad to export the ones that have been refined locally.
Exactly.
When you have situations like that, you begin to wonder what exactly is the government doing about bringing down the cost of production as well as the cost of logistics. So that is the grievance of the NATO members, and all they have a genuine grievance because they're actually fighting to protect not just their interests, but by extension Nigerians as a whole.
I want to get your thoughts on this. I strongly believe that diesel has been deregulated. And then again, when we experience deregulation in a particular product or a particular sector, what you see is a free flow of market forces to determine the prices of this particular product. With diesel now being deregulated, do you think that the federal government has anything whatsoever to do concerning the pricing mechanism of this product?
course, they still have something to do in terms of regulation of the operation. They may not fix price.
All right.
That is what governments have done, but they can still look at variables that will determine the price and see what they can do to really sure that, for instance, they can give incentives to those who are, like Dangote has enjoyed a lot of that. But the thing is, we have business people in Nigeria who I'm not sorry to say that they are wicked. They always want to exploit the masses at the slightest of opportunity. And that is why you have a situation where price will change astronomically within weeks. And you cannot really pinpoint what has led to the change. Other than some people sitting down in one corner and deciding, not market forces, just some people sitting down in one corner and deciding to fix a particular price because that is what they want to sell it. And when you have a situation where some people enjoy kind of relative monopoly, you find a situation like this. And it is not the fault of Dangote or any other private refinery owner that the government have not built refineries of their own or had a new one to the ones that they have. And even the ones they have, the four of them, are still not working. They are still being worked upon. The one that is closest to being operational is that of Port Harcourt. And last we heard about Port Harcourt is that Port Harcourt will be producing petrol and not even diesel. So when you have a situation like this, that is where the government is supposed to come in. You create a competition. Give licenses to as many as can import to compete with the local one, or build other refineries so that we'll have a lot in the market that will check the price naturally. That's when market forces will be as focused. But when you say you want to rely on market forces and you have a monopoly on ground, there is nothing like market forces. You are just going to be putting the whole nation at the mercy of one individual or one organization that will decide what to do with the price.
I want to get your thoughts on this very quickly before we should focus now to the other story now. For any reason, Dangote refinery starts exporting fuel across, let me use the word distribute fuel products, diesel specifically now across the country. Should we see the price, or should we expect the price of diesel coming down from what it is at the moment?
If it's exporting, definitely the price will not come down, except it's selling to the local market. Because if you're selling to the local market, the cost of freight on the imported items will not be on what he is selling locally. So that is supposed to reduce the price. But if he sells outside, and you can't blame him for not selling outside, he's a businessman.
Exactly.
He will push his product to wherever the market will be.
Very true.
And for now, logistics of selling the product is on the high side. That is why the tanker drivers could threaten to go on strike, because they can't be moving the products distance, and we don't have pipeline transportation that is effective like we used to have in the past. And that is the problem. So they cannot come from the refinery or from the depot down to the inland depots like we used to have in the port in the past. So everything moves from Lagos down to even as far as Maiduguri. So that kind of situation is creating problem, and that's why the price cannot be fixed. It's going to be different from one location to another. The closer you have to Lagos, the cheaper the price you get.
Very true. All right, there. Your thought on this matter is well understood. Thank you so much for that insight. Let's just focus now to this next story now. I believe yesterday you saw the latest statistics that came out from the NBS, that's the National Bureau of Statistics, saying that Nigeria's unemployment rate has hit up to 5%. Now, NECA, that's the Nigerian Employers Consultative Association, has come out to give its 2 cents on this matter, and they're calling on the government, both at the federal and also at the state level, to urgently address this issue of high unemployment rate. Mr. Badejoko, I'd like to get your own thoughts on this. And then again, what will be the ripple effect if we want on this, the socio-economic well-being of the nation, if we continue to have an increasing and untamed unemployment rate in the country?
When you have increasing unemployment rate, the first thing that will affect, one, there will be reduction in standard of living, and that would promote crime. That's why you are having so many people finding what to do to help themselves. And the thing is, what is really breeding this unemployment our infrastructural decadence. Power has become unsolvable for Nigeria. And that is very, very ridiculous. If China can put up a 25,000 megawatt hydro-powered dam within a period of 3 years, I don't know why it will take Nigeria forever. We are the largest producer of gas in the entire African continent, and we are in the top 5 in the world. And we are saying we are de-emphasizing hydrothermal because the rain cannot be available. Everything needed to generate power, we have them here. We have the sun in the north. We have high wind altitude in the Mambila area. We have heavy rainfall in some places. We have rivers that we can dam. We have gas to do the thermal turbine to generate electricity. We have coal still latent there in Enugu and the environment. But we are not serious as a nation.